When I started big game hunting, there was a big and crucial piece I just didn't understand. And what that was that scent control is critical. Now, I'll tell you what I do for scent control so that you don't make the same mistakes I did up next. I'm your host, Evan. Welcome to Hunting Lessons. Thanks for joining me on Hunting Lessons. It's been a great season so far with a tag filled on opening morning, some great trail cam photos, and some up close and personal encounters with some great wildlife. I've covered it all in my videos so far this season, so down below hit the subscribe button like this, then hit the notification icon so you catch what we've got coming up. Also, the more people that hit that subscribe button, YouTube will push this out to more new hunters and help them get over their learning curve. So please hit that subscribe button and help this channel grow. Also, let us know what you'd like to see on future episodes. You can either put a comment in the comment section down below or fire me an email at contact@huntinglessons.net. While you're at it, I'm also covering my season on my Instagram account, so give us a follow at @huntinglessons. Now, there's two aspects of scent control that I want to cover. So the first is masking your scent, the second is hunting with the wind. Now, neither's really rocket science, but both are important to understand. The nose on your white-tailed deer is phenomenal, and if something doesn't smell right, that deer is not going to stick around to figure out what's off. So let's start with masking your scent. Let's talk about your clothes. Now, I don't use any fancy detergent that I pick up at the outdoor store. My wife's got a hate on for scented detergent, so what we use is this Tide Simply free and sensitive. It's an unscented detergent. That really seems to do the trick. So to mask my personal scent, I'm a big fan of the Primos Control Freak line of products. I use 3 of their products. So before I go out, get a shower, and I use this hair and body wash. And once I'm done, put on some of the pit stick. So once I park the truck, I put a mist of the Control Freak spray over my coat, my pack, and my pants. And if I'm hunting from my ground blind, give the blind a spray when I get there. So every once in a while, I'm going to stick the spray out the window of the blind and give the blind another spray and mist some more inside. So the only time I've been busted since I started this routine is last year one day when I had a nice buck jump the fence off the game trail and walk in behind the blind downwind. So I've found what works for me for my personal scent control, and I plan on sticking with this stuff. So I put a link to these scent control products in the video description down below if you want to check them out and see if that's what you want to use. Now, with hunting with the wind in mind, I'm going to show you one of the least expensive and most important pieces of kit I bring. That is this Windicator. So the Windicator is a great visual way to see exactly what way the air is moving. So I put another link to one of these down below, and now I'm going to cover some of the scenarios where you're actually going to put this to work. So if you're hunting from a fixed location, either a tree stand or a ground blind, how do you sight it with wind in mind? Well, there's a few key things to consider. So first, where's the game usually located? And second, what direction is the wind usually coming from? You want to set up your blind downwind from where the game is going to be. So here on this property, I found that 80 to 90% of the time, for some reason, the wind is out of the north or the east or somewhere in between, which is actually perfect. So the brown lines on the picture represent the game trails that I photographed the deer on. So I set up my blind at the corner of the field in a bit of uncleared brush, which puts my blind downwind most of the time from the game trails. And my approach to the blind is all the way around the woods and then in from the west. So that works to manage my scent based on the typical wind direction. The same general principle applies to both spot and stalk and still hunting. Keep the wind in your face and keep the game upwind of you. So, what's your best scent control experience? Let us know in the comments down below. So mine is from last year when I was dressed all in white from balaclava to ankles, and sitting on a bald-ass hill, and 15 yards in front of me were 2 young bucks racking antlers. And what a neat experience that was to see. So let us know your best experience down in the comments below. So there's one other thing I wanted to cover, and that's how temperature changes in the morning and the evening are going to carry your scent up and down hills. Let's talk a bit of science. See, in the morning, as the sun's warming everything up, the warm air rises and it's going to sweep up the hill and carry your scent with it. So if you're making a move on an animal that's uphill from you, your scent's going to get picked up and telegraphed right where you don't want it. So that in mind, your best bet is to head across the slope in a downwind direction from your game, then head up and around. So the opposite's true in the evening. So as the air cools down, the cold air is going to sweep down the hill. So if you're uphill of your game, again, your scent's going to get carried along and it's going to bust you. So even if you're doing everything right, the wind can do some wonky swirly stuff on the slopes, and even the best laid plans can still go wrong though. So folks, that's it. None of this is super complex, but it's critical you keep it in mind because the nose on a deer is too good not to. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up down below and don't forget to subscribe. Folks, thanks again for watching. Till next time, keep learning.